no matter how you look at it, a Viper running an anger looks gorgeous. Great helicopter shot here at String Mountain Motorsports Ranch. Final round of the Dodge Viper Cup. Under contest, as we said, in a great battle here. Behind leader Tanner Faust, you've got Shims, you've got Gilles, and closing is Ben Keating. All of these cars run on Michelin tires. It is a superb tire. When you abuse them a little like that, you're happy to have such a great tire, but it's win-win for everybody, as Michelin's Sylvia Mamone explained to us a bit earlier.
Well, the relationship between Viper and Michelin is a long-standing one. We have been privileged to be the original equipment tire since the inception of the Viper. So it was only natural to us when Viper approached us and said that they would like to start a racing series in North America. It's always exciting. Our ALMS program obviously has been developing since '99 when we started in ALMS, and we have a lot of great relationships with our technical partners. When we approached Viper, the one difference is that we were able to bring what we call a customer tire. We want to be able to offer all of the drivers the same tire so that they are concentrating on their driving skills and not having to worry about all the different tire solutions that are available in ALMS. I think Michelin does a very good job at integrating itself in its motorsports program. We look at it from every perspective, and we're able to bring to the end consumer what we've been learning in racing. So our high performance tires at the end of the day have some basic understanding, some knowledge that we've learned over the years in racing to that high performance tire that makes it a better tire.
You know, Tom, I've had the pleasure of working with Sylvia and watching that Michelin operation unfold in the American Le Mans Series, and their commitment and their quality of that product is simply unparalleled. It's amazing.
Well, when you say unparalleled, you're absolutely right, especially in the American Le Mans Series where they compete with a lot of other tire companies. They constantly set the bar for professionalism and they win a lot of races. It's hard to fault that.
Absolutely, and the white flag is out. We are on our last lap, and once again, Ralph Gilles now sitting in that third spot, feeling the pressure from Ben Keating, who would love to wrap up his season with another podium spot. Ben going to give it everything he can, but Ralph, ever since he had that little bit of a bobble, Tom, he has really sort of calmed down a little bit and has really started to drive, hit his marks, and has really upped his game.
You know, there's Tanner Faust at the front of this whole thing, and he lined up right next door to Ralph at the beginning. And as we look at Tanner Faust, he's flawless, but you know, he may be a little bit quicker than everybody else, but he's enough of a professional to always to keep the show in order. But Tanner Faust definitely deserves the win. He's led from flag to flag.
Yeah, he's earned it, certainly, and he had a great launch and was able to sweep across and take the lead, and has not made a mistake, hasn't put a wheel wrong yet. There's Shims, the champion. There's Ralph Gilles giving it a great run in his third start. And then Ben Keating, once again, would love to come in here with a podium. He's got 4 of them this year. We'd love to finish with at least 1 more. Problem is, he's running out of time, but boy, did he close up nicely there.
Ben Keating is definitely in contention for the 2nd place in the championship. He's going to want to preserve that. So chase Ralph Gilles down, try to run him down. Maybe not, Greg. Maybe he's just going to play it a bit more conservative. 2nd place in the championship is certainly worthy, especially for year number 1.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the first year of any series, the record book stands, and the order there is always something that people will be looking at. And certainly Keating has earned a good 2nd spot, doesn't want to throw that away. But I get the feeling if he sees any opportunity, he's certainly going to pounce. But just look at the beautiful lines that Tanner's driving.
Yeah, that certainly is the history with Ben, but you're absolutely right. Tanner Faust, who is a drifter by profession and now starting to do a little bit of rallycross over in Europe, certainly has cottoned on to road racing. He hasn't put a wheel wrong, certainly hasn't lit up the rear tires, as we can see. We've seen him do it in a Dodge Viper, hasn't done it. Now he's into the bus stop, into the final few corners on this racetrack.
Well, that shows you something, doesn't it? To be able to make the adjustment from drifting, where it's all about abuse of the tires in the show, to here making that tire live, driving it right to the edge and not exceeding it. He's done a brilliant job. Just 1 more run through the S's, and Tanner Faust is on his way to a 1st win in this series and only his 2nd start. Here he comes. The checker is out. Ryan Shims gets his 9th podium and completes every race in the top 10. A great run for him. And then that battle between Gilles and Keating, they end up just that close, and once again, Keating, that's his 6th top 5. As we take a look at the results, Faust, Shims, Gilles, your podium, and Keating, another great run by Keith Burgess. Nice to have Jeff Courtney back. You take a look at the rest of the pack. Now let's go to the points, and here is the big story. Of course, Shims has already clinched coming in. Keating gets his 2nd, Burgess 3rd, Jim Stout, the only other driver other than Shims to finish every race in the top 10. Then Von Quillick rounds out the top 5. Well, let's hear from our champions and our winners as soon as we come back from this break.